If you're a business owner in the luxury market, you know how vital it is to keep your best clients coming back to buy from you again and again and again. But unfortunately, often it's easier said than done. So in today's video, I want to take you into some of the most effective strategies to help enhance those repurchase rates from your best, most affluent clients. And at the end of this video, you'll walk away with a toolkit of actionable strategies that you can implement right away to build stronger relationships and drive those repeat sales. Sounds like a plan? Let's get started. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to increase repurchase rates if you are selling and making luxury products. Everyone always talks about how important repurchase rates are, and they are how you should be building a loyal following, a loyal repeat clientele, but not a lot of people actually tell you how to do that. And so in today's video, I want to give you a toolbox of very effective strategies that you can implement in your own business right away. So let's dive in. And I have created this little playbook that you can follow along. You can either DM me over on Instagram, DM me the word playbook, and I'll send you the link to this Google Doc, or you can access it in the link below in the video description of this YouTube video. So you can follow along and you can refer back to it as many times as you would like as you implement that in your luxury brand. So the playbook is called How to Increase Repurchase Rates for Luxury Products. So we're really talking about luxury products, high-end products that we are selling to an affluent clientele. You're in the luxury market, so you already know how vital it is to keep your best clients coming back for more. It's really the backbone of a sustainably profitable business. So you want to be profitable for the long term, and so you need to have that repurchase rate dialed in. And as another bonus, that will actually help you and set the foundation for very targeted client acquisition down the road. So the more you know about your current existing top clients, the easier it will be for you to find more of those type of clients in your new client acquisition. So really knowing how to proactively create that repeat sales from your existing clients also means that you never start a month from scratch, from $0 ever again, because you will always have those existing clients. And after watching this video, reading this playbook, you will know exactly how to activate and how to encourage those repeat sales to come through again. Now, this all sounds great, but I know from experience the actual how is often where luxury business owners struggle. You know that you need to reach out to your existing clients and make them offer again, but you don't know how, and that may hold you back from actually doing it and learning what works and what doesn't. All right, and we want to do that, and there's ways to do that to increase those repeat sales without being too pushy, without being too salesy. I'm not a very pushy and salesy person, and if you're watching this, fear not, we can make this happen without doing any of the pro marketing or being too pushy and salesy. Don't fear. All right, so I'll take you through some of the most effective non-pushy strategies that can help you increase those repurchase sales from your affluent clientele. And these are all strategies that I've personally used in my work as a VIP manager for Gucci or Mercedes-Benz, and which my coaching clients now implement. All right, so since a couple of years, I'm coaching independent luxury brand owners in jewelry, fashion, and accessories, and I have devised those strategies that have worked for my big brands, and they are now working on implementing and tweak them for independent luxury brands. So this goes really to show that no matter the size of your brand, the size of your budget, these strategies can work for you too. Okay. So to that end, this playbook is meant to be a toolkit of actionable strategies. You're not gonna implement everything at once. So start with a select few, and then you can build strong relationships and improve your repurchase rate, and ultimately use the full toolkit. All right, ready for that? Let's go. So first off, we really need to lay the foundation. We really need to understand your top 10% clients. Okay, you're in luxury, so you may not have a million clients, but we want to look at who are these top 10% clients from a financial point of view, but also from a point of view as to not just what they have spent with you, but maybe also looking at the products they buy. Do you actually like making those products? And so we want to look at those top 10% from a financial point of view, but also overlaying like how do you like working with those clients, and do you actually like making those products that they buy? All right. So your top 10% clients contribute a significant chunk of your revenue. We always talk about the Pareto principle. 80% of your sales are coming from 20% of your clientele. In a luxury environment, in a luxury market, it's sometimes close to 90%, 10%. So 10% of your clients will make a significant chunk, maybe up to 90% of your revenue, right? And they're not just buyers, they're really collectors who are willing and able to invest in quality and exclusivity of your pieces. So they are convinced, right? They love everything that you do. So they are much easier to sell and convince to come back and buy from you again. But we need to understand what their characteristics are, right? So most of the luxury top clients, they value personalized service, they value unique products, they don't want to be like everyone else, they don't want to wear what everyone else is wearing, and their decision making is usually around emotional connection or something that they like rather than price. Okay, so we're focusing on this segment. It's smart and it's essential, because by knowing what your top clients like and what they resonate with, you can actually tailor your marketing efforts much more deeply with them. Okay, they may already come back, but what if we could make them come back quicker, spend more money with you more quickly? Okay, so you may already have like organic repeat sales from clients that come back on their own, but we can always tweak that, and we can always make that more relevant and faster, so that you at the end of the month have more money in your pocket, and so you can reinvest into the growth and into the quality of your business as well. Okay, and they're more likely to buy from you because they already love your existing products. They trust in you because you've already shown that you're worthy of that trust. You've delivered, and above all, we don't have to haggle for price. Pricing isn't an issue. They've already spent with you, and so there's no reason why they wouldn't spend with you again. So once you understand your top 10 clients, we want to really dig deep into the purchase behavior of what they are doing, and we're looking for patterns. Now, we want to understand the buying habits better so that we can proactively influence it in our favor. Right, so when we're looking at historical purchase data, it's a little bit like a treasure map, okay? It often reveals trends and preferences, and that should guide our strategy. So when we look for patterns, we are looking for ways that products are bought either together or in sequence. All right, how often do they make a purchase? So what's kind of the frequency? Are they making a purchase every season or every month or every quarter? And you want to think through what has triggered their last purchase. Some of that is in your data, and some of that will be probably in your head or in the people that are client facing in your business. So we want to collect and collate all of that, and we do that for our top 10% clients. If you want to do more, obviously the more the better, but your top 10 clients should be our focus here. Excuse me. Then we can actually segment clients based on those behaviors. So we probably gonna start seeing some trends, some data groups that we can see. Well, like we may have 2 or 3 groups that are very similar. All right, maybe all of your 10% clients are very similar. That makes it easier, but you know, we want to make sure that we have little segments, little groups of like clients, and so you can then that can then help us in creating personal clienteling activities, right, that speak directly to them. So the more we know about clients, the more we can personalize our clienteling, our client sales activities. Now, if you have CRM systems and data analytic platforms, any of the software tools that you may have, it may be easier to uncover those insights, to uncover those patterns. But if you don't have that in place, don't despair. You have to, get your hands a little bit dirty, dig through everything that you have, whether that's client information in your database, in your inbox, in your DMs. Look at all the invoices that you've sent out to those top clients so that you can get a complete picture, right? The effort will be worthwhile. We do not have to invest in tools just yet to make that a bit smoother. If you want to scale, ultimately at some point a system will make this a lot easier and more proactive. But for now, we want to learn, we want to look at our top 10% clients, and we want to make sure that we can analyze the purchase behavior. And we're looking for patterns, we're looking for similarities, we're looking for things that are similar with other groups and with the total client base that we have here. Okay. Then once we know what the purchase behavior is, we maybe have 1 or 2 or 3 groups. Don't do more than 3 groups. If need be, if you have too many different groups, either relook at what you've been doing or narrow down and then only select your top 5 clients, because it may be just too broad depending on your client size. So that's how you can kind of narrow it down. Then for each group, you can actually come up with personalized repurchase strategies. So we want to be very, very personal to them. Obviously, personalization is key in luxury. Luxury clients really love anything that's personal to them, makes them feel super valued, and they are not worried about spending money for something that's personal to them. So tailoring product suggestions really is the most personal way of selling to them. So you reach out to them with a personalized product suggestion because you understand their tastes and preferences, right? And the more you do that, the more you will understand what works and what doesn't work for a certain client. Now, to make this a little bit easier, I have created the Next Best Product Matrix. It really is a game changer. It's a tool that helps you recommend complementary items. So we look at your full suite of products that you offer and whether that's an actual collection item or it's something that you could make, like a bespoke commission. Doesn't really matter. We plot it in a very similar product matrix, so it actually makes it easier for you to pick and choose what product that you would recommend to your existing client as their next best purchase, next best product. Okay. So you use that and you map out what you have learned about your top 10 clients specifically. You may already have some historic data as to which product goes with what, which is the first product, which may be a secondary product. Or you, if you don't have the data and don't have the insight, you actually just start with your best guess. Okay, your best guess. It doesn't actually matter which product you recommend. The point is of recommending something and then the client indicating whether they're interested or not and what would be a better alternative for them. So that is to trigger the conversation. It's a conversation worth having, and if you do it just right, it's going to be a win-win for everybody, right? So that's your personalized product repurchase strategy. This is the nuts and bolts of encouraging repeat purchases, one-on-one, a personalized product. Everybody should start with that because you've got everything. You don't need any tools, you don't need any budget, you need time and an analytic mind to look at what's there already and then take a best, most educated guess and reach out to each and every one of your top 10% clients and offer them a next best product. Say, hey, I've been thinking about you. This product will be a perfect fit for your collection, or whatever it is that you want to say, something along the lines, I'm putting it aside for you. Let me know if you want to have a closer look at it, yes or no. That's all that you need to start a conversation. And if a client says, oh, thanks so much for thinking of me, it's not a good time right now, maybe in 2 months, or now that's not actually something that I would consider, but do you have anything that is blah, blah, blah. That's the conversation that you want to have to trigger. Nobody will get offended that you have reached out to them with a personal recommendation if you put it this way. Nobody will be offended, right? They can say no, but nobody will be offended. So there's no reason why not to do it. So everybody should start with that. Now we have another couple of repurchase strategies that we can use that may be a little bit more advanced. Now, client gifting is perfect if you know how to pull it off. Everyone loves a thoughtful gift, and personal gifting strategies can really resonate with your clients because it creates that memorable moment. And who doesn't love a gift, right? Even if you have all the money in the world, if you get something that nobody else has as a gift, that's perfect. Okay, so we want to make really sure that we surprise them positively. Okay, it's a more advanced strategy because you need to know a lot about your ideal client so that the client gift is really resonating with them. Okay, and you also need obviously money. So we want to make sure that we know a lot about the client so we can get a good return on investment on any client gifting. So I would group that as a more advanced strategy. It's not something that you start off with because it may not work if you don't know exactly what you're doing and then you have spent a lot of money. So circle back to the first strategy that we've just discussed and get that one honed in first before you start on client gifting. Money can't buy experiences are very hot in the luxury world because experiences really trump products, and offering unique experiences. So anything that's private shopping, any exclusive preview, taking your VIP to the fashion show in Milan is what I've done with the VIP clients at Gucci, taking them behind the scenes, backstage, and the best seats for the fashion shows. It really can enhance loyalty among your top clients. So you're not just actually having the event and spending a lot of time with them, but you create that emotional connection, and they will eventually translate into them coming back for more. The time that you spend with those VIP clients, for me specifically, it was so valuable because you get to know them on a much deeper level, what they appreciate. They give you so much feedback, and it really helps you form a stronger and more intimate connection with your top clients. Plus, they obviously appreciate the level of access. Not everyone gets that. Not every other client can go get that ultimate VIP treatment behind the scenes or money can't buy. So it's really something to also validate their status with your brand, and it's really something that works. Again, I would say that's a little bit of a more advanced strategy if it involves cost, but if you're organizing a behind the scenes event, maybe you do have a show or an event coming up and your top clients can have kind of a backstage experience, you can consider that. Unless it's too much to invest, then I would probably say start with the first strategy, the personalized product strategy first, and then go into the money can't buy experiences. In a similar vein, but not quite the money can't buy, it's the exclusive events. So exclusive events are, for your high value clients, is a fantastic way to really foster that relationship. Could be a VIP dinner, could be an invitation to a strategic partner event. So maybe you buy a table at the local gala, or you partner up with another brand that is luxury level but is not competing. So not another jewelry brand or fashion brand if you're in jewelry or fashion. Maybe something other high end, so that you know from your research that your clients would align with that. And most importantly, the strategic partner will bring their own clientele as well, and so you kind of cross-introducing each other's audiences. They're pre-vetted because they're a loyal client of your strategic partner brand, and so they're pre-vetted, a very great way to expand your clientele, but also to give your clientele, top clientele, an experience together with a strategic partner that is adding value. Now, that also may require a special budget. When you partner up with someone, that may alleviate some of those costs. And you want to make sure that's a risk beyond just the budget, is the risk that that external event has to be up to your standards, because you're bringing your clients to that gala or to that strategic partner. So you need to make sure that it's really reflecting positively. So the vetting process needs to be on point, because whatever they do, it will hopefully should reflect positively on your brand. And if the standards are not quite up to scratch, it may reflect negatively on your brand, and then it's not a good situation for you to be in. Exclusive events you can also manage in different ways. It's not just the event, but for example, when I worked at Gucci, you would have exclusive events at the Melbourne horse races. We'd have a VIP box overlooking the race course, the finish line actually, and our VIP clients will be invited to join us for an afternoon of horse racing. So before that, obviously, we want to make sure we have the event. We want to make sure they have an appropriate dress. So we would call them up and make sure that they have a selection. We'd have a selection ready for them of new collection items that just came in, and we also will make sure that everyone who was invited is not wearing the same items, so it doesn't look good on photos. We don't want to be, our VIPs don't want to be caught wearing the same outfit as someone else in the same box. A big no-no. So we would make sure that we help them style and come up with a new outfit that is race course ready. So that's something that you can do beforehand, before prepping for the event. Then after the event, we would send them a little gift, photo of the event to remember by. And if you want and you have the space, you can say bring a friend. So by being specific, a +1, bring a friend, they can introduce in a very low-key way their network to your brand. So they may not just bring the partner, they may bring a friend, a girlfriend, an acquaintance that they want to kind of bring in to the universe of your brand. And sometimes we would even invite clients that are not, from a financial point of view, wouldn't be in the top 10%, but are what I would call a multiplier. So they are not spending as much themselves, but they have a big network that they can bring in, whether that's through personal relations, whether that's through professional relations, because of the nature of their job or their business, that they would bring in a lot of other qualified high-end clients. And so if you have a multiplier in your database, consider bringing them to those events. Give them a +1 so they can bring in a pre-vetted, high-value potential new clients for your brand. So there's different ways that you can kind of approach exclusive events from different angles to increase your sales and your overall client base. All right. The next strategy to foster repeat purchases are loyalty programs. Now, loyalty programs, I think most loyalty programs in luxury are not worth the time and the investment, because a lot of them focus on points or discounts, but that's not really what motivates your true ideal client. The affluent, high-end luxury customer is not counting points, is not driven by a 5% discount. Now, that doesn't mean that luxury brands don't have sales and don't give discounts, but it's not the primary motivator. what actually drives and what actually makes luxury brands still do sales for their VIP is not the sale itself, the discounted, but the early access. And so a lot of VIP clients will come in for a sale and purchase gifts, for example, for their staff, for their team members, but not for themselves necessarily, because they already gotten the stuff that they wanted when the collection came out. Okay, so by the time the merchandise is on sale, it's the end of the season, and so they may buy something that they kind of liked, or they may buy gifts for those who are in a wider circle, like their staff members, kids, etc. Okay, so points and discounts don't really work as luxury loyalty programs, so don't even think about introducing that. It's not worth your time and effort. But if you create a program or a reward schedule that actually rewards repeat purchases, for example, that exclusive access or personalized rewards, your top clients will feel appreciated for the loyalty. I would say though, only do a loyalty program once you know what works with your repeat purchase strategies, your product recommendations, etc. You need to know what drives repurchase sales proactively and organically. And then a loyalty program is really more about scaling that to the whole of your client base. And so that's not something that you do first. It's actually what kind of codifies and is the scalable version of what you're first doing kind of manually and one-on-one personal. Does that make sense? So it's not the first step they're doing it. That's one of the last steps that you're implementing in really scaling your repeat purchases. So don't start with that. Also, don't offer every new client, be part of my VIP program. It's just, it's, if you just made one purchase for 200 euros, you're not a VIP yet, right? You got to earn a VIP. And the thing about luxury top clients is they keenly understand that they need to spend money in order to have VIP status. Like they know that they have to spend a certain amount of money, more or less, with you in order to remain a top VIP. That's just, they just know, they tell me, they've told me that at Gucci, they know if I pull my money into one brand, I'll get the best experience, I get the best service, I get, access to everything. If I spread the same amount of money across two brands, I don't get anything from any of both of them, because it's just too diluted. So they keenly understand that. So really hone in on that and make sure that your real VIPs are actually treated as VIPs. Okay. Now, client referrals is a repeat purchase. It's kind of not a repeat purchase by the same person, but kind of encourages an existing client to bring in a new client who then is creating sales. So it's kind of a two-step repeat purchase. It is gold in the luxury market because your existing clients refer to someone who they know can afford and would appreciate. Okay, so encourage your existing clients to refer friends. Usually you need to do a personal outreach. You kind of have to ask for it to motivate them. They're not just doing that by themselves. So you've got to ask nicely, and they may do that once or twice, and that's really everything that you need. You then offer VIP treatment for the referred client, so your existing client knows that their friend that they've referred is receiving the best possible treatment as well. The signature touch is something that's sometimes a little bit forgotten. We want to make sure that we have those little things that leave a lasting impression. So adding anything small, personalized touch, like a handwritten thank you note, customized packaging, that's really able to create a memorable experience for your client. It shows that you care, you pay attention to detail. Plus, It's something that is much more heartfelt when it comes from an independent brand, from a designer maker, someone who is still personally involved in their own brand business as the owner. Then when a handwritten thank you note comes from a sales associate at one of the big box luxury brands. This just works perfectly for you if you're a smaller brand, and so that's certainly something that you want to make sure that there's always a little handwritten little things, a signature touch, and whatever that will be for your brand that makes sense with your brand values. Then social proof is also a two-step repurchase strategy. So the power of social proof, of testimonials, of reviews or case studies, it really can influence the potential buyer's decision. So any new clients that look towards your testimonials from your existing top buyers. So you want to highlight obviously positive feedback from your best clients and collectors, and so that will build trust and credibility, making it likely for new clients to consider doing business with you. Plus, and I have found that a side effect, a very positive side effect, is that when you contact your top clients and ask, hey, I would love to do a case study, I would love to do a customer story on the bespoke commission that you made with me a year ago, I would really kind of showcase that because you're one of my, top clients. They feel very valued, but it can also actually trigger a repeat purchase because you're top of mind again. You're reaching out with something that is not salesy because you're just asking them for a case study or a testimonial. And so you can weave that then into the conversation and may even bring it up in the conversation, and that can trigger another repeat purchase, another commission, or another sale that you could make just off of asking them for a testimonial. I've had many clients reach out to past clients to do case studies, and that's actually then resulted in a sale. So making back investment into my program within a week or two, which is fantastic. All right, so I've given you a couple of strategies that you can use in order to increase your repurchase rate, and it really starts with a keen understanding of who your actual top clients are and what their purchasing behaviors are. And when you then implement those personalized strategies, so first off, the one that I would always start with is a personalized product recommendation. You use the data and you add in one or two of the experience strategies, you really can start to foster loyalty among your top clientele, and not just emotional loyalty, but also kind of transactional loyalty. I love emotional loyalty and I love brand advocates, but I also want them to spend with you again and again and again so that you can really build that sustainably profitable luxury business that you have always dreamed of. All right, so I encourage you to take those strategies, apply them within your brand. Let me know how you go. Leave me a comment, pop on over to Instagram and send me a DM on what you have learned and what you have implemented and how that went. And I'm excited for you to implement and increase your purchase rate. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you want a copy of the playbook, either grab it at the link below in the video description or DM me the word playbook over on Instagram and I'll send you a copy into your inbox so you can reference back on all the things that we've discussed today. And if you're interested in getting even more strategies and my personal help in tailoring them to your luxury brand, you can reach out to me to discuss how you can work with me one-on-one if that's something that you want to do. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.